We have a tale of two cities. We are talking about Phoenix versus Tucson and which one might be a better fit for you. So hold tight, that's our topic for today. Welcome back. I'm Michelle Miller with Michelle Miller Realty and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Arizona Properties. And if you are new to this channel, then thank you so much for tuning in. And if you like the content of this video, please make sure to press the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. So anyways, we are talking about Phoenix versus Tucson. There are about 150 people that migrate to Arizona every day now, according to the latest poll. And so you might be one of those people that are considering making the move. Tired of shoveling snow, tired of the bitter cold winters, and you're just kind of starting the process. The biggest difference between Phoenix and Tucson is going to be the size. Phoenix is a bustling city. It's the 5th largest city in the United States, has a big downtown, very vibrant nightlife, lots of festivals. It's very vast. Phoenix is really spread out. That's going to be probably the biggest difference. The population in the Phoenix metropolitan area is about 5 million people. Where Tucson, it's a more laid back kind of vibe. It's kind of more bohemian. It's got pretty strong Native American, Spanish cultural feel than more so than you see in Phoenix. Phoenix just really is more of a real urban feel than Tucson. It's also substantially smaller. According to the 2021 census, which was the last time they counted people, there was 550,000. So that is vastly different. But there's pros and cons to that. Let's just kind of jump into some of those things. So in Phoenix, you're going to get a lot of things that large cities offer. You're going to get professional sports teams. So we have the Phoenix Suns, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks, we have all that spring training that happens around here. On the college level, down in Tempe, which is right next door, you have ASU. So you can go to ASU games, you know, if you kind of like that college sports feel. Whereas in Tucson, there are no professional sports teams. And so you're really just bound by the University of Arizona's Wildcats. Woohoo! Well, both my kids went to the University of Arizona. So I do really like the school. So if you want professional sporting events, you can drive into the city. It takes about not even 2 hours. That drive, I will say, is not great along that 10. It's very busy. It's not a relaxing drive. It's not one where you put the cruise control on and unless you're driving in the middle of the night. But other than that, it's the only east-west thoroughfare in the state. So there's a lot of people going from California heading east. So it's very, very busy almost all the time. Outdoor activities. Both cities are going to offer a lot of great hiking, biking, camping, things like that. That's pretty much the same no matter what. They have the Catalina foothills, which are really beautiful. Tucson is home to the Saguaro National Park. The saguaro is the cactus that grows in our Sonoran Desert. You can see the Sonoran Desert here too in North Scottsdale. We have plenty of cactuses, but it's not like we have a national park like they do have in Tucson. Let's talk about like nightlife differences and stuff like that. So Phoenix, obviously by the size, you can't have 70 restaurants and you have a population of 5 million people. So obviously you're going to have a much larger presence of restaurants, food trucks, festivals in the Phoenix area. And then there's Scottsdale that's right next door, and Paradise Valley and Chandler and all those surrounding areas that also have restaurants. Tucson, it's much more compact. I would say the restaurant scene is far weaker than you get in the Phoenix Scottsdale area. It's a numbers game, right? You know, you have more people, more options. When I go down to visit the kids down in Tucson, there's just not as much to do. In Phoenix, we have a lot of indoor activities. The native reservations, they're building this huge entertainment district with tons of activities and things to do. There's amphitheaters for concerts, the downtown concerts, and then you have Ak-Chin that offers concerts. So there's way more to do in Phoenix. You have to provide entertainment for people. And you know, we get a lot of tourism also in Phoenix as well. So that's a big difference. Cost of living, rent and housing, it's up. I would say, having had to shop apartments for my son in Tucson, I thought it was going to be substantially less expensive. And I was unpleasantly surprised by the cost of homes in the downtown area of Tucson. And they really get you too when you're around the campus. Now, when you get out a little bit away from downtown, then the story might change. The average median cost of a home is substantially less than in Phoenix. They had listed it at $260,000, but that was back a couple years ago. They were quoting Phoenix at being at $400,000 median home price. In Phoenix now, the median home price is probably $500 plus. So I'm guessing that it's going to be probably $300,000 to $400,000 in Tucson at this time. But again, that's less. So if that's a big factor, that it might be a more affordable option. So it really comes down to what the size is. Some big cities just aren't for everybody, and you don't want small town. You maybe want a little bit more that's going on, then Tucson might be a good fit for you. You know, Phoenix might just be too large, but then again, you can get into smaller areas just on the outskirts of Phoenix. You could do Chandler, you could do Mesa, out in Peoria. It just depends. There's lots of things. I'm gonna have more videos about some of those areas as well. But again, it comes down to size, amenities, lifestyle, and really how you wanna live day to day. And of course, cost. But as far as utilities and transportation and medical. So the medical is gonna be a little bit more vast too in Phoenix. The sheer number of people, there's way more hospitals. You know, Tucson does have a good medical presence. They have the medical school at the U of A. You do have a good variety of services. It's just not as plentiful as you're gonna find in a big city, naturally. But again, it's the feel that you're looking for and what is important. So if you have specific questions, because I have been down to Tucson quite a bit over the last 6 years, I'm happy to answer your questions. And of course, I do live in Phoenix, so I can answer your questions about that, and have lived in Scottsdale, so I can answer questions about that city as well. So please reach out. My contact information is at the end of this video. And if you have ideas about videos that you would like to see, please send me a note on that as well. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you very much. And again, if you like the content of this channel, please make sure to press the subscribe button. All right, I'll see you in the next video.